What up, everybody? It's your boy MC Inspires BlackSuperman, Mr. Health and Wealth. And man, I'm going to give you a fire message today. The message for this week is, yes, you've heard it. When people show you who they are, you better believe them. But I'm going to add on to it. Sometimes it's just in their human nature to be who they are. And I'm going to explain that. But sometimes when they show you who you are and they show you what they're capable of, even sometimes before you really get to know them, you're like, I see that in you. I see these traits. They're always going to go back to who they are. They're always going to go back to the human nature. They're always going to go back to their past experience. They're always going to go back what they've grown through. And if they haven't grown a lot, or if they haven't gone through enough, or if they haven't overcome enough adversity, trauma, or challenges that they've been facing, they're always going to go back to that person who was dealing with that trauma, who was dealing with that adversity, or who's just downright just wanting other people to hurt. And I'm going to tell you this. There was a story between a scorpion and a frog. Some of you guys have heard the story before. If you haven't, buckle up. So the story of a scorpion and a frog, right? And so the scorpion was looking across the pond and he was thinking, I really need to get across this pond. And so he saw a frog approaching the bay and he said, you know what? I'm gonna ask the frog. So the scorpion looks at the frog and he says, hey, Mr. Frog, you know how to swim. You're good in water. Could I please get a ride to the other side of the pond? And the frog's kind of looking like, you're a scorpion. I know what you do as a scorpion. I don't think that's a good idea. And the scorpion's very persuasive. The scorpion's like, man, it's gonna take me forever to walk around this pond. I would never make it. And I can't go across because I can't swim. So I really need your help. And the frog's like, nah, I know your human nature. I know who you are. This is not a good idea. And the scorpion's like, come on, like, why would I sting you if I'm swimming on your back and I'm going to the other side? Why would I sting you? Because then both of us would die. And the frog's like, he does have a good point, but I'm still not sure this. So after about much persuasion, the frog says, okay. So the scorpion jumps on top of the frog's back and they start growing across the pond. And they're talking, they're laughing, they're sharing each other's stories about the frog and the scorpion, and they're just having a good conversation. And so right when they get to the middle of the pond, guess what happens? In the most deepest point, the scorpion, bam, stings the frog. And the frog's starting to tense up and he's spazzing out and he's like, why did you do that? And the scorpion's running around, he's panicking, he's like, oh my God, we're gonna die, oh my God, I can't swim, we're gonna die. And then the scorpion says the most profound thing. He says, it's in my nature. It's what I do. I couldn't help myself, right? And you need to understand that the frog knew. The frog saw all the warning signs, but guess what he didn't do? He didn't believe himself. He didn't listen to his heart. He said, I know that I'm gonna get stung, but I'm still gonna go through it anyways. And the scorpion tried to tell himself, you know what, I'm not gonna sting him. But then when the moment came, guess what he did? He stung them. So I'm hoping you guys are walking with me here. When people show you who they really are, you gotta believe them. And when you know their nature, when you know their character, when you know what they're going to do, guess what you're gonna have to do? Do not say yes to getting in bad situations with them. Do not say yes to making commitments with them. It can be relationships, it can be business, it can be finances, it can be in a lot of different areas. But when you know someone's nature, I'm telling you, just be mindful of what your heart tells you. Yes, you're gonna listen to your mind and your logic, but be mindful of what your heart tells you. Because when you know who they are and you know their traumatic experiences and you know their challenges, you know their adversity, and they have not overcome those challenges, they still reflect back to the time when this and this happened, or they still reflect back to the time when they were hurt. I'm not saying that they should never forget, but I'm saying they shouldn't make decisions and live off that reality. And sometimes it's just in people's nature when they don't let go of things, when they don't learn to forgive, when they don't learn to move on, when they don't learn to that when they're hurting, they shouldn't hurt others. So think about the story of the scorpion and the frog. Next time you got to make a decision with someone or something, a business, a relationship, anything, and you're like, I know this is a bad move. I've seen this person, I don't trust this person, and I need to take a step back and go on my own path. So you guys, hey, have a blessed and beautiful week. Hey, let's go be phenomenal, eat better, say better, live better, and in everything you do, always lead with love. Let's go.